Hey, everybody. Welcome to Everything Philly Podcast, a platform for information, entertainment, as well as anything hard topics. I'm Sharice. Yes, we are outside. We have a special guest with us today. Family, Chucky.
She's so
Her name
shy.
is Tyne, but affectionately known as Chucky. As in the Chucky doll?
Yeah, the Chucky doll.
Please tell me how you got that name.
Oh man. So actually, I'm scared of the doll.
You're scared of the
I'm
Chucky
scared
doll.
of the Chucky doll, and he knows this.
Who?
Him,
Rob?
Rob.
He gave you that
He kno-
name?
Yes.
Okay.
So this what happened. So I used to be a tomboy, so I wanted to go wherever he was going, and I wanted to be a girl on the other side. So I had my hair dyed like orange, auburn. So he came through the neighborhood to Mom, I'm about to go somewhere. I said, well, I'm going. I get to the passenger seat, and guess what's in the front seat? A Chucky doll. I screamed and ran so fast. He was like, Chucky, 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 where you going?
Why
Here I
did you
am,
get the
Chucky.
Chucky doll and put it in the front seat? That was specifically for her?
Yes, she's scared to death of Chucky.
And you knew this, so
I
you went
knew
and
this.
bought the Chucky doll,
He's so
Yeah.
rude.
planted it in the front seat.
So
And
rude.
Let's go.
And
Because
I've
you
been
knew
Chucky
she
ever
was going
since.
to
I've
go.
been
I
Chucky
knew
ever
she's
since.
gonna go.
Where
was
you
my-
run to?
Chucky ever since. In the
Around.
house. I was gone. I was out. I was out.
Did you come back out eventually
Yeah,
and
'cause
then
I,
go with him?
I was still riding. He had to let me go after that. I'm not
What
going to
you do
embarrass
with the doll?
Put it in the back window. Every time she got in the car, she had to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's
So
my Chucky.
I'm still
I was
scared
just about
of the
to
Chucky
say,
doll. Yes,
you
I'm
still
still
scared
scared.
of
Yes,
Chucky
I am.
doll?
Yes, I am.
Listen,
is hilarious.
she's special. Just like I don't get high, she don't get high, but she get high off Pepsi.
You was telling all the secrets.
Yes, Pepsi.
How you get high off Pepsi? That's
Pepsi and Double
Don't
Mint.
judge me. Don't judge me.
Double
okay?
mint gum, I
Don't-
can see
double
that.
Mint gum. Double mint gum.
Pepsi and double.
And we
Double
have a
mint
good
gum.
time all night.
So down
Riding-
south where I'm
riding
from,
down south everywhere.
the old ladies used to sit on the porch, gum, cigarettes, and Pepsi.
Absolutely.
She ain't do the cigarettes.
No drugs, no cigarettes. No,
We
no
ain't
none of
need that.
Coca-Cola
We was
is
high on
the
life.
best
I don't like.
High on life.
That's
Robin
hilarious.
Chucky.
Robin
Everywhere
Chucky.
he go, I go. He should have called me my buddy. You know that my buddy,
My
my
buddy,
buddy.
Yes,
Wherever
wherever I go,
yeah.
he goes.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
So now Chucky then grew up, and then she got into the correctional company.
By
Dealing-
default,
Corrections as in like the prison system?
correctional officer.
Correctional
yes,
officer?
by
she,
default.
she had to deal with them little badasses. Somebody had to get in and take care of them.
Why by,
By
default?
So my girlfriend decided she wanted to be one. I didn't want to be one. I didn't want to be one. But she said, I put your name in. I said, why you put my name in? She says, because I'm going and you going. I'm like, all right. But she didn't get in. I got in. So, you always hear the stories about how it was on the inside. I wanted
Mhm.
to see, so I took the job. And I stayed there for 23 years.
23 years?
23 years.
Oh, so you got a lot of stories. You've seen a lot.
I done seen a lot.
Just give us
Heard a lot.
the difference from 23 years ago to recently, like
When you first
the
started.
quality of the people that come through, the ages, the attitudes, like everything. Like
For the past, from pandemic, that's when it went downhill. Pandemic went downhill when all the young people started coming in, and they were different. They were different. They were living to die, if that makes sense.
definitely does.
They don't have respect for life. Nothing, nobody. It was just different. Before it was respect inside the walls. Women were off limits. You respect them, they respect you, and it was a job.
Right.
But after the pandemic, they came in different. They came in like they were living on the streets. They was tearing stuff down. They was just mindset was gone.
See, as when my final year is in there, I started seeing them coming in, and they was coming in 17. They was even coming in at 16, but they go to the hole, go to the shoe, and sit in there for a while. I don't know if the state was the same as the feds, but they was coming in there early, and they didn't even know what life was about. It was a playground to them, and the more they came in, the more of a group they became. So one coming in from Nicetown, North Philly, or whatever, they got a whole section of Nicetown, North Philly waiting for them. They got a whole package for them, and they just ready to go. But then, as to me, the same thing how the characters change in the kids,
Mm-hmm.
the same way how the officers changed. Like they seem like the system just started hiring anybody, and they came in just as ignorant as the kids came in.
Well, yeah. So
Why do you think why do you think the mindset of the adults coming in had changed? Is it because they
it,
had to deal with kids different?
no, it's all about money.
What you mean?
When they started coming in, they coming in only for the money. It's good money in being a correctional officer.
Okay.
So they come in just to make the money. They don't care about security. They don't care about the boundaries of it. They don't care about the how the place is ran. It's all about money.
There's no training process.
It's a training process, but it's beyond the training process.
Okay.
So the training process teach you the basics, but when you get inside, is fair game.
Yes, it's definitely fair
It's fair
game
game.
inside, and you really have to rely upon your fellow officers to
Yes.
look out for each other.
Yes.
And it's like I said, as time went on, they became younger and younger and younger. So they still really got this.
Surprisingly, it used to be fun
Being a corrections officer
being a
used to be
correctional
fun.
officer.
What was fun? What does that look like?
You would come in, roll call, go to your post, and it's the people that you work with side by side. You build a family in your own area. It could be an area here, it could be another building there, but you all become family.
Mm-hmm.
And it just became a norm. Like you watching each other's backs, but you also got respect from inmates.
Inmates.
But then you always have that one or two that come in thinking they're gonna change. No, this is jail and we gonna run this. No, we take back. This is our house. Aspect change when it's just young generation.
And now, to me, I really think that the system, the government, whoever actually changed the whole thing as well. Because when I first went in, we had college courses. We was able to do things to educate ourselves. It seemed like they thought that we was getting too smart or too big because we had gym, we had everything when I first went to the
Too
system.
many privileges, too many luxuries.
Yes, they thought, I don't know what they thought was going on, but they took everything out. Now there's no more college classes. It's like your hair. Like, we want you to be a dummy. This is what they want.
Used to hear how citizens on the outside were complaining that people in jail were getting privileges that citizens who never committed a crime had to work so hard for, but yet tax dollars were being given to prisons for education. But you got people out here that can't afford to go to school.
But those programs that they took from the prison was changing their lives on the inside.
Right.
So they used to graduate. Like
Right.
they used to have graduations where their family members and their children can come and see them walking down the aisle. But they took that.
So they had a sense of belonging.
They had culinary
accomplishment.
arts. They took that.
Okay.
So they took things from them in the inside, just like schools. But this day and age, some of these kids are really unbalanced.
No, I definitely agree with
No,
that.
they're mentally. They're really unbalanced. Like mental health is really.
Oh yeah, it's real.
It's really powerful. From working in a prison to working in the medical field, you see it. Like they start young. They're really unbalanced. It's really a medical thing, mental health thing.
Yeah, because the system became about dollars.
It's about
It ain't come about protecting the communities and all that. It just became a big business. Like I said, when they took all the programs out, the programs had people in place because you couldn't get into the programs if you had misconduct.
Right.
Like you went to the hole, you had shots or whatever, you couldn't get into them. So when they took them away and they took everything away, what's the purpose of being good in prison?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So now you starting to act out and you starting to act a fool and you see more stabbings, you see more fights because it's nothing to lose. Like you had conjugal visits in the feds. You had a lot of good things that made people be on their best behavior. But then when you take everything out that's a plus, what is it? You just got to do your time. And now you got to do your time the best way you can. Like a lot of people still, the people that have life in 30 years and 40 years, they know that's going to be their home. So they try to keep it at a minimum. But with so many young kids coming in now that's just so disrespectful, they wanted to be the ones that say, oh, I took old head down. He used to be the man. Now I'm the man because I took him down.
You have a lot of older people, older men, because I worked in the men's prison. You have a lot of older men that don't even want to put their name on helping somebody.
Right.
They don't want to get involved in anything. They don't want to, show what's right and what's wrong because they turn on them. They turn on them so fast. But if you can save one, that's my motto. If you can save one, you're doing your
Done
job.
something.
You're doing your job. You accomplished something. There's a lot of them in there that want to do better. There's a lot of them in there that shouldn't be in there.
Right.
There's a lot of them that shouldn't be in there. But
Because
they
of the
are.
mental situation.
Because of
Like
the
they
mental.
need help, but they instead of
Right.
just throwing them in there as a cage.
And
Like
then it
it's really
became
bad.
staff wasn't showing up. So when you
Right.
don't have staff, they can't come out.
Right.
So when they locked in, they act like
Frustrated.
animals. They frustrated. Then when they come out, they call their parents, and their parents starts to complain. Then it's, oh my God, they're not being treated right. But I feel like it's a way that it can be done. It's a way that can be done. It can help them to better themselves inside where they don't have to act like animals all the time.
Right.
But they took it away.
Yes.
Inside, I quit because it was short staff. It got dangerous. Why did it become dangerous? You have one officer
Per
working by
unit.
themselves,
Yeah.
But how many inmates
over 80,
on to one officer?
one officer.
That's so impossible.
But if you had the staff, it could be done. It was done. We did it. We had a lot of graduations. We had a lot of inmates that wanted to do better, get out, become something. Because you see them
Right.
on the street. Philadelphia is small.
That's
You
another
run right
area.
into them.
That's another area that it got worse at because the same COs they was seeing is the same ones they were seeing in the club. The inmates and
Absolutely.
COs
Gas
was hanging out
station,
at the
restaurant, anywhere.
So then they wonder why so much paraphernalia get into the prison. See, the prisons had to do that. They had to change it back to the way it used to be. Like they just start hiring anybody because nobody wanted to work there no more because it became so dangerous. And then the health issues was bad in there
Yes.
too. Like a staff would come in sick, then the whole prison would be sick.
Yes.
These
And then you
things
taking it
seem
home.
so obvious, like so blatant. Do you think it'll ever change? Like it's not like these aren't things that are just being swept under the rug. So are these just
It's all about money.
That's all it is. Big business.
It's all about money.
so you take away the programs and you keep the inmates in there because they don't have anything to look forward to, and that's all part of the money making system.
Yeah.
It's bigger. It's bigger than that. It's all about politics.
Politics. Exactly. Now, I think the only way it's going to change is parents have to get more involved. Same like at school. Like, they get visits up there, but if you going up there and you encouraging your kids to do whatever, and what like a lot of kids don't even look forward to coming home because it's so much of a game up there. They feel united. They feel like a group. Like everybody becomes a Muslim.
You go to prison and feel a sense of belonging.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Power.
That's crazy.
You go in prison, you get power.
And then the old heads that been in the system forever that people forgot about them on the outside, they become big brother or uncle or something to these little kids because they know they going home and they be having them coming home on missions.
So that's why kids don't fear going to jail. They don't fear getting in trouble. They don't fear prison because
They
it's
gonna see
like-
their homies. They gonna
It's a
see
big
1,000 of their
playground.
homies.
It's a big playground.
This is definitely sad. And the numbers they getting is ridiculous. Like they feel it. Once they get in there and that judge get them 30 years, oh, they feel it. They want to change.
So if they
then.
feel it and they are getting this time, now why isn't that a deterrent? Like why aren't others looking like, all right, it was all sweet, but he ended up getting 30 years. I
Because
don't want
nobody's
30
sending
years.
it home. Nobody's sending it home. The message they send it home, it's sweet in here, bro. Don't worry about it. We got a phone for you. We
Right.
got a package for
Right.
you. Like we deep up in here. We run
It's
the
easier
prison.
to get it in prison than it is out. You'll be surprised how much can get inside.
So
You never know who it is.
if the young kids is outside hearing that, they don't got nothing going on out here. Nobody's out here for them. All they brothers, fathers, cousins, friends, they all in this inside. We inside deep. We are inside deep. And
It
the ones
takes a
out here.
village. It takes a, how they say it, old people say, it takes a village to raise a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the prison, you had a lot of staff that really cared about what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Might sound strange, it's prison, it's jail, but it's only a stepping stone. Like county, 11 and a half to 23. You coming home. But upstate is different. But you had a lot of officers, social workers. You had a lot of people that really cared about the kids that came in.
Mm-hmm.
But they lost it. They lost it. I don't know where it went wrong in the system, but it was lost.
So
We
now
had control.
I still hang out with Chucky from time to time, and I see a lot of people, like a lot of younger kids that run. They be like, "Yo, that's your cousin." Yo, she was cool as hell, but she ain't play no games. Like they give her props. Like
It's all about being consistent. You have to be consistent, stay the same all the way around.
right.
It doesn't take nothing from me to help you get the medical. It doesn't take much for me to say, you need the legal. All right, I'm gonna set you up with the social worker so you can go to the law library. Or it's small stuff.
To be there for them.
Help them get a job. Send out a letter. We all human. I never judged anybody behind the walls. I never looked up nobody's charges behind the walls. You were seeing plastered on the TV.
Right.
Can't look at it like that. I can't prejudge them for something I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of family members that came through. I'm gonna treat him good and treat him bad.
How was you? So you say you had a lot of family members. How
Absolutely.
how did you handle that seeing a family member come through?
Can I curse on here?
Sure.
Listen, motherfucker. Listen, this is my job. I give you some food, cold pack, phone call. That's it.
No, nothing extra just because we family.
Oh, y'all kid came through.
Several times.
He's like, cousin, you ready to walk him, give me a hug? I had to punch him in the chest real quick, like, oh, we in jail, we can't do that. What's wrong with you? I see you when you get out. He's like, oh man. But it's still
You
consistency.
got to draw the line.
It's
and
still
you have-
consistency, but they respect it.
Mhm.
They respect it. Anybody I see in the neighborhood, one little thing, I help them get a phone call so they can get bail. Just check on my mom. You see my mom sitting on the porch by her soda, see if she's thirsty. That's all I ask. We got to look out for each other in here and out there.
Mhm.
I got a lot of friends.
Do you miss it?
I miss my coworkers
Okay.
because the ones that I grew up with inside the prison for 23 years, you build a family.
Right.
I missed them because I walked away. I left.
Okay.
Nobody knew I was leaving.
So you just
I'm
had
out.
enough and you were just done.
Yeah, I'm out. I walked away. 23 years, signed my pension. I'm out.
And
Do I miss
clearly
it?
you don't regret the decision. You miss
no.
your coworkers, but you don't
No.
regret the decision.
I call them on the phone.
See, then you also got the COs that come through that admire some of the people because you was a street legend or whatever, so they come through. Like you hear stories, their stories. You see
Mhm.
females that end up being pregnant and fall in love and marry the inmate once he got out. Yes,
Yeah.
you hear stories.
it's-
A lot of the staff that they're hiring today isn't maturing either. Like because they
So are
need
the
workers so
hiring
bad.
methods different from what they used to be? Like
They're short on staff.
so they just hiring anybody that can pass the
If you can
minimum
pass the
requirements.
test, if you show up to work, you good.
Mm.
Where before we would be on probation 18 months, drop down to 6 months. I don't know what probation is now. But I pray for them every day that they go in to come out the same way. It's a good job. If he had, whoever the new commissioner is, if he had the staff, he can run it.
Bring back
If
a
he
lot
had-
of them
He
programs.
can.
If they bring back
Bring
a lot of them
programs
programs back, a lot of things would change.
Most of the time, they just needed to be listened to.
That's it. Just like out
Be
here.
heard.
Just like out here.
Yep.
Just
Be
like out
heard.
here.
So what are you doing now? If you
I
don't
went
mind
from
asking?
security now and I'm in security again. I work at the hospital as security.
Okay.
And this is when I realized that is a mental health thing because I see the children in the behavioral unit starting at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, don't you put your hand on me. I'ma knock you the fuck out. He 5.
Mm-hmm.
Unbalanced.
I see it in the
Unbalanced.
school,
And the parents,
so I know exactly what you're
parents
talking about.
come, they just be so
They don't
drained.
even know what to do.
They be so drained.
It's everybody else's fault.
Some of them, they blame everybody else, but there's a lot of them that
Sometimes
show
parents
up.
got issues too, and they don't know what to do
Yeah.
because they got their own issues
Yeah.
that they're dealing with. So
I was ignorant to this. I would always wonder, like, how all these black men, white men, Chinese men is in prison. Who taking care of y'all kids? But when I went to the hospital, the men were standing up, the dads were standing up. I'm like, oh, they do come to the hospital with the kids. Oh, they do stay here with the kids. I couldn't wait. Father's Day, happy Father's Day, sir. Happy Father's Day, sir. And they looking at me like, thank you. Like I just had to give them their flowers.
Right.
I had to give them their flowers because the dads do show up, but you just don't see it when you locked in prison with them 16 hours a day,
Right.
17 hours a day. Don't nobody show up. It's 20 hours a day. But I seen the men stand up. I was very proud of that moment.
Give us a pat on the back. Times has changed.
Times definitely have changed.
See, Chucky wasn't that hard. You
See?
got
I
up
was just
here
about to
and
say,
just
Chucky,
got to
thank you.
talking.
You did
It's
it.
not that bad.
So y'all, Chucky was about to back out. We had to
Chucky was
almost tie
leaving.
her down.
Chucky was leaving. my thing is, I was gonna tell him I'll be right back, and I would have been going in my car down the highway.
Called me up, cousin. Oh, it was
I'm
emergency.
home.
I had to go.
I'm home.
I had to go use the
Well,
bathroom.
She didn't. She stayed, and you did very well. And it wasn't even that bad, was it?
No.
See?
You gave out a lot of information. A lot of parents don't even know what's going on with their kids away.
Yeah.
A lot of
Is
things
there? I
look-
know I wanted to ask, with all the kids that are in the system going through what they're going through, is there a way like that parents could advocate for their kids and advocate for changes, or is the problem so big that that's not anything that can happen?
In my opinion, if parents stop blaming the officers, sergeants, lieutenants, captains, wardens, if they stop blaming all of them for them kids getting inside, they can probably help.
So they're not being accountable.
Sometimes they are part of the problem,
Okay.
but they can help. Start out here. Listen to your kid. Find out where your kid is.
Yeah.
Be accountable for your child, and they won't land in there. But when they do land in there, try and help them in a better way to not get them there again. Stop sending them money when they ask for it. Let them get a job and make whatever they make in there. See how the real struggle. Stop bailing them out as soon as they get out. Let them sit for a minute and stoop right there.
Yeah, because time do make a difference. Some
It
people
does.
go in for a year, 2 years, 3 years. That wasn't nothing. That was kid walking.
And then they go right back.
Yeah, you go in and you come back out and you see life has changed completely and you lost and who you thought you was then you're nobody now. Like
They make
it's
it easy.
different.
They make it easy to
It's
go
different.
to jail.
Yeah, it's different.
Parents, you heard it here first. Got to stay on top of our kids so we can do things differently. With that being said, thank you again, Chucky.
You're welcome.
And the story is hilarious. Anything
You
else?
should have seen me running.
You remember it, babe, like it was yesterday? Can you
Heck
picture
yeah.
it?
I remember. I got a lot of memories with Chucky. Like,
We used to do some crazy stuff.
I can only imagine what that was.
It'd be 3:00 in the morning. We riding down highway going.
let's go, Chuck. Pack up. I'm already packed. I knew it was coming. Let's go. Mhm.
All right,
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. Thank you so much again, Chucky.
welcome.
Thanks to everyone out there for tuning in.
Join us at the night life. It's the
Yes,
nightlife.
Everything Philly podcast at night.
We're
Don't
going
forget
on.
the-
We're going on the
Thanks for the
road.
invite.
Huh? Yes. Yes, and thanks for being here. Everything Philly is going on the road, so stay tuned. We got some exciting adventures coming.
Not going on the road like that. We're taking it out of the building and going on the streets. And a couple of people told me I was Cordy Mosley, told me I was boring, and I'm
Dare
calling you
you.
out. So tell me, you used to be fun. Now I watch you, you're so boring. Well, first of all, it wasn't supposed to be fun, Mr. Cordy Mosley.
Not comedians.
It was supposed to be about topics that we can change.
So I ain't coming up here yet.
So since you want me, Mr. DR, to go to the road and have fun, that's what it's going to be. We'll talk about everything we see on the road.
All right. Don't forget to like,
Subscribe,
share,
follow.
and comment.
Now it's 5.
Now it's 5. All right, y'all. It's been real. Thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody. This is Sharice from Everything Philly Podcast. I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are interested in more episodes, please feel free to click here. And if you have not subscribed yet and would love to become a subscriber, click over here. Again, thank you for tuning in and look forward to more podcasting with you.